Justin, you know I love to read.
You read 5 books a month or something?
5 books a day.
5 books a day.
Okay, that's a lie, everybody. That would be insane. That'd be if I was in prison and I couldn't do anything else.
But you've told me you have read like 52 books a year.
I read a lot of books.
Yes.
I need to get a life, Justin. I need to get a life. I need to get outside. It's a beautiful day. I'm looking out the window right now. No, I do read a lot. I read different things too, but of course I read about personal finance.
Nice.
So I wanted to bring up 2 books that I read 25, 30 years ago
Okay.
that are still really relevant today.
Nice.
They could be bought, and actually the first one I'm going to talk about, I saw at Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago.
Still there.
Still there, and it was written in 1926.
Okay.
Let me double check. All right, I'm going to double check. I'm not going to show you the book yet. Hang on, this is drama, folks. Yeah, 1926 this book came out.
Wow.
And then they did a second version, third. You know you're good if they keep making new editions.
Yeah, right. Editions.
Yeah. Yep. This one is called The Richest Man in Babylon.
It's a great book.
Over 2 million books sold.
Yep. It's a great book.
Yeah. What's your thought? You've read this then?
I have, yeah.
Do you have any general memories of this book? The Richest Man in Babylon.
The big one for me is to find the right person to help you out. I wouldn't go to.
Oh, our dog's down here. Sorry, my dog.
Mookie's down here.
You can't see him maybe, but Mook. He wants to be on the camera.
Trying to get some pets.
It's almost his dinner time, so he's kind
That's right.
me.
That's
Sorry.
right. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's like you don't go to the glassmaker to learn how to make a sword. You go to the blacksmith, right? So there's a specific person for each of what you're looking for. So go to the right person.
I love that. So that's something you still remember.
That's part of it. And then also create a nice little army of dollars and have your dollars go get more friends. Build the army.
Wow.
So
good memory. You must have read this last week. When did you read this?
It's been a couple of years.
I read this like 25 years ago. That's amazing. No, it brought back memories. I know what you're talking about. The one thing that it makes it a little dated, because the principles are still solid. That's why it keeps selling.
Absolutely.
But now the personal finance experts out there, experts that are big time.
Yeah.
They now say invest at least 15% of your paycheck. Back here, 10%. So that's one thing that I think is interesting. When I read these books in my 20s, they were all, back then the experts were saying 10%. And now a lot of experts say 15%.
Gotcha.
But it's a nice foundation. It's a quick, fun read. It gives you the basic principles.
Quick read.
Yeah. And actually, I read this twice in my 20s. I just wanted it stuck in my head. I wanted to remember to do these things and live this lifestyle, because when you read the book, you see that it turns out really great for this person.
Yeah.
Lowers their stress. They have purpose with their money.
Yep.
It's a great game plan.
Yeah.
Later, another book came out called The Wealthy Barber. This is basically this book, but written in today's kind of language. Remember, this was written in 1926. The Richest Man in Babylon.
This one's also more written like the Bible.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's got the old English language going on to it. I'm a religious person, so it didn't bother me at all. So we've got a modern version, is what you're saying.
No, you're right. It does read like it's the Bible, or like the Grapes of Wrath. Have you ever read the Grapes of Wrath?
Yeah, in high school, that one I did.
You're trying to read like you're an Oklahoman with that cool accent.
But that one I definitely dumped. I'm like, got done with the test. So.
Me being a former U.S. history teacher, I love that book. I was eating that up. So The Wealthy Barber is basically a new edition of this, new language.
Okay.
But in this 2 million copies, it's still very relevant, even though it's a few years old now, because I read this in my 20s too. And this is the 3rd edition. I bought it at a used bookstore, so I could give it away to a friend or family member. But it's those basic principles. If you do these things right, because it's not rocket science at the end of the day.
Well, I think that's exactly it. When it comes to money, it doesn't matter who you're listening to, who you're reading. The principles are always the same. Stay out of debt, spend less than you make, invest. You can't just take your money and put it under your mattress.
Exactly.
Right? So you have to do something. Put those monies to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the foundational principles.
Well said. And what's cool about this book is he's a barber, which is like an average pay.
Yeah.
You know, a barber is probably middle class income, but he teaches this person throughout the times he gets haircuts about if you follow these principles. And at the end, he realizes this barber is like a millionaire because he's followed these principles for many years, and he's so wealthy you wouldn't know it though because he doesn't show it.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to, you know, drive nice fancy cars or wear expensive stuff.
Yep.
And there's a lot of humor in this book. He tries to make it fun and lighthearted.
Nice.
And again, very quick read, just the basics. So if you're looking for a book to just remember the basics about investing and about setting yourself up for your future, you can't go wrong with The Wealthy Barber by David Chilton, or The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason.
Nice.
They'll just remind you of those basic principles.
Perfect.
And again, because I love books, and if I bought every book, I would be broke, please check these out at your local library.
Right.
And again, I've said this many times, go to like Barnes & Noble and look through the personal finance books, and then get them at the library for free.
Yeah. Take some notes.
Yeah. And then if the book's boring, you read 20 pages, at least you didn't spend $30 for that book because you got it at the library.
Yep.
So I encourage everyone to find one book and about personal finance and read it in the next, I don't know, few months maybe.
Nice. By the end of the year.
End of the year. Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's what we got for you today. A
Awesome.
couple books to think about reading.
Yeah.
Oldies but goodies.
Oldies but goodies.
Any last words, Justin?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
See ya.